It is an international symbol of equality. The mere act of...
I mean, this is just mind-boggling. So there's an argument over a pride flag, and it leads to someone's death. It's just heartbreaking to think that something as simple as a flag could provoke any hatred and violence. I thought all these people, stand for being able to, freedom of speech. I mean, I guess Nazis don't, but it just raises larger questions about the progress we've made, especially with LGBTQ plus rights. Something so trivial. Anyway, sorry.
To proudly displaying it, leading to Lori Carlton's death.
Over a flag? Come on. I mean, we've lost a lot of people in our country over our flags. And some people don't like them.
66-year-old Carlton was shot inside her Southern California clothing boutique Friday following a confrontation over the pride flag displayed outside the shop's entrance.
This is absolutely devastating. No one should die for who they love or for standing in solidarity with love.
Reaction to Carlton's death poured in on social media, including Hollywood director and friend Paul Feig, who directed films including Bridesmaids and the reboot of Ghostbusters.
I don't see why the Ghostbusters and Bridesmaids B-roll was necessary. I mean, I hope they were close friends, but okay, whatever. Seen it.
We're all devastated for her husband, Bourne, and her family, and the LGBTQ plus community, for whom Lori was such a true ally. Governor Gavin Newsom posted, "This disgusting hate has no place in California." Carlton, a mother of 9 children, did not identify as LGBT, but advocated for everyone.
That's crazy. Wow. She wasn't even she was an ally, I mean, I don't know why it makes it any different, but it's worth noting, I guess.
The organization Lake Arrowhead LGBTQ plus said in a statement, "She will be truly missed." Carlton's daughter told the New York Times the flag hanging outside the store had been removed numerous times by different people over the course of the past 2 years.
That's worth noting. Wow. So this was like a point of contention in that Lake Arrowhead town. People are such morons, man. Making such a big point over these stupid little trivial things, and I don't what's the point of getting, this is what people do to fill their time when they're bored, but she had every right to hang the flag.
Authorities say the suspect fled on foot, armed with a handgun, and was killed during an encounter with police. Detectives learned the suspect made several disparaging remarks about a rainbow flag that stood outside the store before shooting Carlton. The shooting comes as the LGBTQ community faces ongoing threats of violence and an unprecedented wave of anti-LGBTQ plus legislation in 2023, according to the Human Rights Campaign.
That's crazy. So more statistics. They said violence against the they said violence against the LGBTQ plus community is on the rise. Is that really true? Yes. The numbers don't lie. Hate crimes on sexual orientation are still a significant problem in our country, and I don't think we give that enough credit. I guess. Even I was just like, I can't believe it. But it's 20% of all hate crimes in 2020 were targeted at LGBTQ individuals. It's not just about passing laws. Hate crime laws are hard to enforce in a grand scheme, and it's about really changing hearts and minds. Let's keep going and see what else is in this video in terms of facts. I'm really curious.
Details just released after a deadly mass shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado.
It was so scary. I heard shots, broken glass. body. How? Why?
You can draw a straight line to those murders from the hateful rhetoric and lies that have been spread about Drag Queen Story Hour.
Police in New York are looking for this man. He's seen throwing the brick at a window of an LGBTQ plus bar in New York City. It is the third time this same bar has had its windows smashed.
After this video was released showing a woman getting out of a white SUV and setting a pride flag on fire in front of Little Prince restaurant in Soho, an arrest has been made.
When hate is paired with a gun, the results are deadly. And when our elected leaders promote hateful rhetoric and push discriminatory policies.
The thing is that yeah, I wonder what would happen if you put a Nazi flag up, I guess. I don't know. What would the Nazis? I don't know. They're not the same thing, but.
They foster this culture where this kind of violence is a result.
Meanwhile, in this small California mountain town, members of the community are grieving the loss of the latest apparent victim of anti-LGBT hate in America. And never dreamed something like this could happen in this community.
Josh, I understand police have just released some new information.
Yeah, significant update just moments ago from the San Bernardino County Sheriff. The suspect in this case has now been identified as 27-year-old Travis Ikaguchi of San Bernardino County, California. Authorities say it took some time to identify him because after he was shot and killed, he didn't have identification on his person. Now, as if we needed further proof this was an anti-LGBT act here, authorities say that at the store Friday afternoon, he tore down the flag outside the store and was yelling, according to authorities, homophobic slurs.
So he tore down the flag and then just shot her? I'm still just, my mind is blown over this whole thing. That somebody would be that, passionate over something so, it's not trivial, but, like a flag is not, people put up all those Ukraine bumper stickers. I mean, flag is not the thing to get so riled up over. It's just shocking that tearing down a flag led to someone losing their life and how deep-seated some people's hatred can be. I hope this is getting a lot of attention, but I hope it's a real further wake-up call because I think, I don't know, this is probably the most notable one in a while, but we really can't turn, a blind eye to the discrimination, violence faced by the LGBTQ plus community. Well, even the allies. All right, let's see what other information they have for us.
Carlton then confronted him. She was shot and killed. Authorities say that he fled about a mile away. He was firing upon sheriff deputies who ultimately returned fire, shooting and killing him. Finally, it's important to note that authorities say they have uncovered a significant social media presence by the suspect. He had an account on Twitter as well as an account on Gab, which of course is a platform that's popular with the far right. Authorities Anderson say that they found many homophobic posts on that account as well as anti-police posts.
All right, Josh.
Nice.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, so, wait, did they say anti-police posts?
Which of course is a platform that's popular with the far right. Authorities Anderson say that they found many homophobic posts on that account as well as anti-police posts.
Interesting. Wonder what the context of the anti-police posts are. They're not doing enough to, keep the homeless out of his community or something. Well, yeah. Of course, he had a significant online presence spewing hate. That's not a surprise, but yeah, it's, this isn't treading new water, but it's disturbing how social media can amplify hatred and fuel violence. And this is what we see when these horrific acts happen. It's always, not always, but, large percentage of the time there's a hybrid of the world, and there's a lot of crossover with, them being on these alt-right accounts or, having a history of posting, pro-gun content. I'm not trying to make too many generalizations, but this is definitely, a reminder of the role that, these platforms like Gab, 4chan, X, Twitter, play in spreading hate speech, and why, I guess what can you do? But just don't make them breeding grounds for violence. All right, yeah, let's keep going and see what else. There's a lot of new information they said.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Joining me now is Lori Carlton's daughter, Lori Carlton.
Yeah.
Lori, I'm so sorry that we're talking under these circumstances. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm so sorry for your loss. How are you holding up?
That's brave.
Well, me and my family are just trying to, take it hour by hour, trying to find some sense of normalcy, and finding that that's the hardest part. Just coming to terms with the new normal without our patriarchy.
I mean, your mom sounds like such an incredible lady. And her interest, I know, in fashion goes way back. I was reading she worked at Fred Segal when she was just starting out. What do you want people to know?
That's cool. Yeah, Fred Segal, if you don't know, is it used to be at least like the key. I don't know, like Dover Street Market, if you know that, in LA, but whatever. It's a cool store. I don't know, which means she's a cool chick.
That's a loaded question. My mom and I were very close because she has such a long history in the retail industry and was such a pioneer in it. And I myself have been in the retail industry my whole life, and I owe that to her. But I think what I really just want people to know about her was just how selfless and kind and compassionate she was. She always put the needs of others ahead of her own. And, we had a really rough winter here in Southern California, and her and my father had opened up a free store next to Magpie where they gave out food and supplies to the families that were impacted by the storms here.
These people sound so amazing. It's really, well, it's sad. I mean, that's not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, there's nothing that you can have any hate to when that same person, whatever. This guy was probably schizophrenic.
And I think that really just goes to show what an incredible person that she was.
It's so sickening to imagine that this is how your mom's life ended. I mean, did your mom talk to you about why it was important for her to display the pride flag and also the reaction she got, positive or negative over the years?
Yeah, I think for her, it was just something that was so important, and she was so fearless, and any negative reaction, she just powered through. The flags have been torn down before by different individuals, and she always went and ordered an even larger flag in response.
It's crazy also to think that this is something that they probably were worried about, considering, that she just said the flag had been torn down multiple times. I don't know too much about Lake Arrowhead, but it's in Southern California. I'd imagine it's like a little bit more red, but mostly blue. But in these areas like Lake Arrowhead and Joshua Tree, there's definitely some really, interesting blend of more, let's say, spicy red types in those areas. So anyways, back to that point though, I just, putting myself in her shoes and the family's shoes, it's like, what would you do? I get, they'd had it torn down before. I don't think they ever would have realistically contemplated that happening, but I'm sure the thought crossed their mind of some sort of vandalism beyond just tearing down the flag. And then this happens,
To put it out, so I admire her, and I'm so proud of her, and I know that she passed standing up for something that she believed in.
What has she ever been afraid for her safety? You said some of the pride flags she put up had been torn down in the past. Was she ever afraid?
No. Yeah. No, she was fearless and she was confident. And she wasn't afraid to stand up to anybody.
I read that your mom had actually ordered a new pride flag because the old one was faded.
Yeah. When we arrived home on Friday night after the incident occurred, there was a package on the doorstep.
Oh my God. That's gross. Yeah, I think that was the big update. I wasn't up to speed on the whole story, but I think I saw a headline about that. She had ordered a pride flag. And then it still got delivered.
And it was a new flag, and she had told my dad that she had ordered it because the one that had been hanging had naturally faded from the sun.
Wait, I'm sorry. The new flag had arrived, was waiting on your doorstep when you got home after your mom had been killed.
Yes.
I can't imagine what that was like, even seeing that.
Yeah. It was hard and emotional. But I mean, even the store now, and she has another store down in LA, so many supporters and people that were a part of our community have gone and put up their own flags and rainbow flowers and so many things to honor her.
I understand one of your friends actually reached out to you to tell you what seeing that flag at your mom's store had meant for her and her family.
Yeah.
It's really great to see that there's an outpouring of support. Obviously, it can't bring her mom back. But it's important to focus on the love and support and, not forget the tragedy at hand. No amount of love and acceptance can bring her back, but hopefully we turn this tragedy into action, and we work towards a society where incidents like this don't really happen again. Let's keep watching.
We've received so many messages from people that we knew or know, strangers from around the world. But I think one of the most touching messages was from someone that my twin sister and I grew up here, and we would spend the summer months here, and we attended a dance camp. And me and my sister are identical twins, and this individual had an identical twin as well, and we bonded over that. And she messaged us this morning to let us know that she had driven past my mom's store a couple of weeks ago and seen the pride flag, and that gave her the courage and the push to go home and come out to her family. And that really resonated with us, and I know.
I don't know if you're familiar with the Stonewall Inn riots, but those were from 1969. So here we go. So there's a amazing documentary about this, but it was in the Greenwich Village neighborhood of New York. And this was the LGBTQ plus community in Greenwich rioting against a police raid. So I believe there may have been a few deaths, but anyways, you should watch this documentary if you haven't. It's amazing. Back to. I think
that's really all that my mom wanted was for everybody here to feel safe and loved and accepted for who they were. Sorry.
Or is there anything else you want people to know or share about your mom?
Yeah, I want to make sure that no matter what the circumstances were surrounding her death, that we just focus on who she was as a person, just beautiful inside and out, and that we all move forward by preaching love and acceptance and equality in her honor. I know I sure will.
You've had a great role model, and will continue to. Lori Carlton, I appreciate your talk tonight, and I'm really grateful for you willing to talk about your mom and let us know about her. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Wow. Yeah. Brave. It's really tragic. But yeah, that's, I hope people keep talking about that. It's just a call for all of us to stand up against bigotry. There's really nothing funny to say about this. And hopefully we remember Lori Carlton, and we can use this as action to be more inclusive and build a more compassionate future. All right. Take care.